Hello everyone, it's Shanna. I'm so glad you stopped by my channel. Now today I'm going to be working with Pink and Main products. I've got this Heart of Flutter Die Set, and I'm going to be working with this on my card today, and we'll be cutting out some of those little butterflies, and I hope you like butterflies because I'm about to go overboard. I also selected some of the pattern paper from the Pink and Main paper pad that I had there. And I've got this nice floral pattern, and then I've kind of got a plaid two-tone pink pattern paper, and I have a piece of the pink cardstock that comes in the Crafty Courtyard kit. I do subscribe to the Crafty Courtyard kit, so I do have quite a bit of their pattern paper and their cardstock. So I'm just going to be cutting this down. This is going to be a Kendra's Card Challenge sketch, and I'm going to use sketch 10 for this particular card. So I'm cutting my elements down to fit it. I've cut the plaid paper down to the A2 size, 5.5 by 4.25, because it's going to be my background panel that I'm going to lay down there. And then this floral one, I'm actually cutting it to 3 by 3.75 inch square. And then I'm going to actually layer it with this pink, and this is a 4-inch square that I'm cutting out of this pink cardstock here. And I'll just get these elements ready, and then we'll begin working on our card. So at first, when I first saw this die, I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to use it and how it worked. So I kind of had a couple of trial runs with it and trial errors, but we'll get it figured out here. At least I'm going to use it in a manner on this particular card. I'm sure there are multiple ways you could use this particular die set. So what I'm doing is I'm going to just get my panels laid down here. I brought in my bone folder and pressed that card base just so it would lay nicely, and I'll get this glued down on there. And Pink and Main's pattern paper is just gorgeous. You can never decide which side of the paper you want to use, and you can be assured that you're going to be covering up something beautiful because all of their pattern papers are just simply gorgeous. So I'm going to get this laid down. I like the simplicity of this plaid pattern. A lot of it won't show through because we're building a scene here, and our layers cover up a lot of it, but you'll just see it peeking around the edge. And I suppose I could have die cut some out of the center so that I could have saved it, but I know I have another piece of this in my paper pad, so I'm not too worried about that. And I'm trying to get my my Sweet Petunia glue press to get the glue off of there so that I can use it. And then we'll just get this panel laid down. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday weekend. I know I did. We wound up having a cookout on Sunday and had people over, and quite a busy day. In fact, I was quite tired when I went to bed. And then Monday has been a much more relaxing day. My husband and I have some things that we're going to do around the house. He's got to do a little mowing, and then we plan to go out to dinner, and then we've got to get some groceries before the boys come tomorrow. So that's what we've got planned, but it's been a real quiet day for us. It's kind of gloomy here today. It's real cloudy and gray, so it's just kind of a nice day to hunker down inside and just do what you want to do, and maybe even rest a little bit. So I'm going to pull this die off here, and I'm going to lay it down on this pink paper, and I'm going to, I actually took it, die cut it out, had some problems with it. And then I took the other heart die and I die cut out this blue. This blue is also in the floral pattern paper that I've got laid down on there, and it is the Pink and Main cardstock. And so I thought I'd just bring it in and kind of tone down all of that pink. And I'll just get this laid down on my floral pattern here. And then I've got all of these butterflies die cut out. I've still got the die on there, and on the back of it I haven't removed it because I had this idea that I would just put glue on the back of them and then lay it down on my heart. And I couldn't see very well when I was laying it down, but we'll just get all this glue on there, and then we'll get it laid down on the card base. So I've still got the two little dogs, well, one little dog and a big dog that I've been dog sitting for. And you might have heard a squeaky toy in the background because the golden doodle had the toy and was playing with it. And I had to take her for a walk this morning because she was just so rambunctious. And the little dog that's older was just not tolerating it. And so I got the leash and early this morning and took her for a walk and tried to wear her out a little bit so that she could give the little dog a break. Now this is where I try and lay it down on here. What I essentially did was put a little dot of glue on every single one of those butterflies. And I'm trying to lean into this and see if I've got it straight. And I can assure you that I didn't get it straight on there. I'm hoping for the best until I start lifting it, and then I realize that I didn't get it quite straight. I poked all of those out. I kind of cut that away because I thought it was just too much. And you can see I'm too close to the right edge and the bottom a little bit. But I'm going to work to remedy that by putting the rest of the butterflies that are still on that die cut piece on down on there. And then I had die cut out another one of these, and so I have a whole bunch more butterflies, and I'll be able to fill in the areas and salvage this, even though I didn't quite get it laid down right. So it'll all work out in the end. It seems like you can always find some kind of a solution for the issues that you have with your card making. I find, because I'm imperfect and I make lots of mistakes. So this is where I brought in those other pieces that I had die cut out. I found that I preferred using two of my cutting plates instead of my magic eraser and cutting out these butterflies. They work better. The first time I did the magic eraser, and that's why they're laying on there. But then the second time when I did it, I used my cutting plates, and I thought I had better results. But I'm definitely going to use these butterflies, and I'm just going to fill in just to make it look like I, didn't miss my mark in laying these down. And I will tell you, I get a little bit carried away and go a little overboard with these butterflies, because in addition to all of them that I've put on this heart, I'm bringing in some of the bigger ones, and I'm going to pop them up with their wings up so that I'll have three of them on there, the three largest ones with their wings aflutter, just to add some dimension to this. So that's what I'm doing now. And I'm just trying to put a little bit of glue right on the body of the butterfly and then stand the wings up. And hopefully that will give me some good dimension on this. And I didn't speed this up, so it seems like it's moving at a snail's pace, but I'm just going to get all three of these laid down. And this sketch also calls for a banner in the upper right-hand corner, but you can see with my heart I really don't have room for that. And then additionally, it calls for 2 strips of pattern paper side by side on the left of this heart panel area. So I will be bringing in some cardstock for that. I'm not going to bring in pattern paper because I think it's busy enough with the pattern papers that I have selected. So that's what we'll do. So I'm just carefully getting it laid down on there and kind of pressing in. And so you can see I've got dimension on there. You can see the wings are popped up, and I kind of turn it so you can see how they're popped up. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring in some of my scrap paper that I have from the things that I've cut out here, and I'm going to create my strips for the left side of my card. And I'm just checking on my glass mat to make sure the pieces I have are big enough for what I need, because I think you're doing a 1/2 inch by 4 is the size of the strips that you're going to lay on your card panel. And I don't have much room to work with there to hold, so I'm just going to try and get it cut down. And I should have sunk my blade in my cardstock here. I snagged it a little bit, but I'll clean it up with my scissors and it'll be fine. And then I'll bring in the blue piece and I will do the same thing with it. I'm going to cut it down to 4 so that I don't have to mess with that tiny little edge. And then I'll turn it around and I'll just get a 1/2 inch on this and I'll get that cut out. And then we'll have our 2 strips that we're going to lay on the other side of our panel. And because I had to trim up my card base a little bit, It's a little bit tighter than what the sketch calls for, but I'm fine with it. You can see I'm fussing with that edge there, trying to get it nice and smooth. And I'll just bring in my scissors and just trim it up a little bit so it looks like a good clean edge. And then we'll get these laid down on there. And I'm going to put the pink furthest away from the panel because I've got the pink right beside there. And I'll put the blue in between there just to kind of break up those two pink layers. And then we'll just bring our blue piece in and we'll get it laid down right next to it. So my days off for the summer have changed. I don't know if I've mentioned that on my channel or not. I had previously had Fridays off, and now I'm going to have Mondays off. So that will be my schedule going forward with the grandkids. So Mondays will be my crafty fun day going forward. So I'm just going to get this blue panel pressed down on there, and that looks pretty good. And I like it. I like the colors that I've chosen and everything. Now this is where I think I decided to go overboard. I'm thinking that because I didn't use the pattern papers, that the card stocks there look a little bit kind of plain. And so I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this? And so first of all, I'm going to grab my enamel dots and I'm going to lay some of those enamel dots on those 3 butterflies. I'm just going to put it on the body of the butterfly and just add a little shine to it. So I'll just add 3 of these. And these are Pink and Main enamel or glossy dots, and I'll get them laid down on there. And it will add just a little bit of bling to the card. I'm just raising my little wings back up so that they're a flutter. And I'm going to add the 3rd one. I'll add it on my little butterfly. And the dogs are in here jingling around me, so you probably can hear their chains. Okay, and so I got that, and then I've got my, I've got a sentiment. I had used the Sangria Pink and Main embossing powder. And so I'm going to use that and use my sentiment. It says, look for the beauty in each day. And I think we need to remind ourselves to do that because sometimes we can be a little bit negative. So we should always look for the beauty in each day. So I'm going to use some foam tape and I'm going to lay this down on here. And we're just going to nuzzle this in at the bottom of our panel. And I think it'll fit on there just nicely. And I like the shiny, shimmery embossing that I got from that Sangria embossing powder. And I'll just lay this down. And you can see, okay, I didn't show you putting all the butterflies on there, but you can see I got carried away. I added a bunch of the butterflies to those strips, and so it is a little busy. But I had them, and I thought I was going to use them. So I hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.